Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you guys are safe and sound right now. And we just jump into the fifth video right now, and I'm gonna talk about family. Okay, I'm gonna talk about family because in this pandemic it's very important to keep our loved one close, right? Let them know what you feel, okay? But you gotta know to speak Bahasa, right? And in order to do that, you need to learn Bahasa about family. And that's what we're gonna do today, okay? But before we jump into the lesson, I want you guys to do 4 things for me. Number 1, drop the like, okay? Like the video, because that's important. 2, if you do have questions, put it in the comment section down below because I want to help you guys on speak Bahasa more quickly, okay? The most efficient way as possible, okay? 4th is I want you to do me a favor to share it, okay? I want you to share this video to your friends, family, acquaintances, even to your boss if he wants to learn Bahasa, okay? So share it to your friends. And the last one, very important, okay? Down there, there's a button called subscribe and you pressed it, okay? So if you've done all these 4, okay, let's move on to the lesson. On the first lesson, we're gonna talk about our main family, okay? It consists of your own father, your own mother, and if you have a sibling, it would be a brother and a sister, okay? If you have more, put S on it, sisters. We're gonna translate that and we're gonna change it to Bahasa, okay? So, father becomes ayah, okay? Ayah. There we go. Ayah. There we go. And then the second one would be Bapak. Okay. It's the same meaning as father, okay? Bapak and Ayah. Okay, so first one will be Ayah. Second one would be Bapak. Okay. Ayah and Bapak. So that's father. Let's move on to mother, okay? So mother, for mother, the first one it would be Ibu. That's right. IBU, Ibu. Okay, so the pronunciation would be Ibu, Ibu. And then the second one, the second version, okay, second version it would be, you could just say Bu, just get rid of the I, okay? So Ibu and Bu, okay? Bu, okay? It's a more polite way to call someone older, right? So for example, you're calling sir or ma'am, that's the way we're going, okay? So Bapak and Ibu, it's like calling sir or ma'am, okay? And father, it would be ayah. Mother would be Ibu, okay? So it's pretty easy, okay? It's pretty easy. So right now I'm well, not the smallest, I'm the youngest one in the family because I am the youngest one above all 3 of us. So I have another 2 siblings, okay? My elder sister and then my elder brother, right? And then the last one would be me, okay? I'm the youngest in the house. And for calling a brother, okay, in Bahasa, it would be Kaka, okay? One more time, it would be Kaka. Just like the soccer player, you know the soccer player in AC Milan, remember that? Ricardo Kaka, that's how you pronounce it. Kaka, okay? Kaka, okay? One more time. Kaka. Okay, so I'm gonna explain you about Kaka. Kaka could be used in feminine or masculine, okay? If it's a girl, you can also say Kaka. If it's a dude, you can also say Kaka as well. There's no feminine or masculine. It's very versatile. You can call, for example, if you saw a young lady walk by, you can call her Kaka, right? Or probably if you have an older acquaintances in your office and then you just met them, and then you start to get really close, you can call them Kaka, okay? It's it's very casual, but still polite way to call elder people, okay? So, Kaka is a good way to call elder people than you, okay? And then the last one would be about brother and sister, right? So brother in Bahasa would be Kaka, okay, which is the eldest one or the older one, and then laki, okay, laki means man, okay, it means gentleman, okay, and then for sister it would be kakak perempuan. One more time, perempuan. And I might be thinking that you guys were like, what is perempuan? So perempuan means women, okay, women. So perempuan. I'm gonna put it down right here, okay, so you guys can read it, you guys can take notes if you want, and then repeat it with me, okay? So let's go back to Kaka, okay? So Kaka is the way to call other people that are older than you, okay? And then Kaka laki-laki, it would be to call a brother, okay? And then for sister, you can call them kakak perempuan, okay? Perempuan, okay? So yeah, just practice it every day, and the pronunciation, okay, it's a good way to practice every day because, like I said in the first video, which if you haven't checked it out, please check it out, the way you pronounce Bahasa, it would be very vocal, okay? You gotta open your mouth a little bit wider than you usually do, so very wide mouth, okay? And then you pronounce these words without looking weird. For example, okay, kakak laki-laki, okay, so wide mouth, okay, kakak perempuan. So yeah, practice it, okay, and I really hope you guys can get a hang on it pretty quickly, okay? I mean, learning Bahasa is quite easy, okay, if you know how, okay, and then if you have the quick guide for it. And that's why I create this channel, so you guys know the in and outs in Bahasa, okay? So let's jump into the next lesson. So now we already talked about family, our main family, okay, about father, mother, sister, and brother, right? And then now we're gonna talk about a little bit more bigger, you know, a little bit out of the picture, which is talk about our uncles, about our aunts, okay, Aunt May, whatever, and then we're gonna talk about your cousins, your nephews, right? So let's talk about that, okay? So let's start with uncle. Uncle in Bahasa, it would be om. That's right, very simple, om. Yeah, just like the O and M, pretty easy, right? That's the easy version, okay, and that's more casual way to pronounce uncle. But if you want to know the very formal version about it, it would be paman. One more time, paman. And you might be thinking how to pronounce it, right? Just remember, okay, I'll give you one tip on paman. Remember Pac-Man, right? Pac-Man, get rid of the C, okay? It would be the same thing, paman. So paman, it would be uncle, okay? Or for me, I just use om because it's the easiest way to call my uncle, right? Just say om, and then he would be like, what, right? So that would be for your uncle, and then for your aunt, you can call her Tanta. That's right, Tanta. So T-A-N-T-E, it would be Tanta. It would means aunt, okay? So for example, Aunt Susie, it would be Tanta Susie, okay? If it is Aunt May from Spider-Man, it would be Tanta May, okay? So Tanta has the same meaning as aunt. And now we're gonna jump into cousins, okay? So cousins, in Bahasa, we would say sepupu. That's right, sepupu. I'm gonna put it also on right next to me, okay? So sepupu, right? Sepupu means cousins. Okay, pretty easy. Sepupu. All right. So that's the formal one. But you can also use the informal one, which sometimes I usually use every day if I met my cousins. I would call them saudara. Okay, saudara. So I will put it also on right next to me. Okay, so saudara or sepupu. Okay, that's for cousins. Please take notes and also again repeat it. Okay, so sepupu, saudara means cousins. Okay, so that's for cousins. And then niece. Okay, for niece, it's a little bit long in bahasa. Okay, so for niece it would be keponakan. Okay, so keponakan. Okay, I'm gonna also put it right next to me. So let's pronounce it together. So keponakan. Okay, that's how you pronounce niece. And I know it's easier to say in English than bahasa, but that's how it is. Okay, so keponakan. Okay, write it down on your book. Okay, make sure it stays there, and then also make sure that you read it every day. Okay, so that's for your niece. And then let's jump into the next lesson because we already talked about your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, and your niece. So let's jump into the next part. Okay, let's talk about your grandparents. Okay, grandparents. So for your grandparents, let's start with granddad. Okay, or granddaddy. Okay, so for granddad, you would pronounce kake. That's right, kake. Put it right next to me, and the way you pronounce it is very simple. You're gonna say ka and then k, and then put a k on the back, so kake. Even though you didn't pronounce it clearly like kakek, you don't say that. Okay, so don't say that. Don't say kakek. No, that's a big no-no. So you can just act like the k is there. So kake. So there's a little bit hold on your tongue like kake. Okay, so that's for grandfather. And for your grandmother, it would be nene. That's right, nene. And the way you write it, okay, it's going to be right next to me. It's going to be N-E-N-E-K. And again, you don't need to spell the K. All right, so just say nene. It would be fine. Okay, it would means grandmother. It would mean your grandmother. Okay, so granddad, it would be kake. Okay, easy. And then your grandmother, it would be nene. Okay, and now let's go up a little bit more. Okay, so after our granddad, our grandmom, there would be our great grandmom or great granddad, right? So if you have another great mother or dad, you can put this one line and then put it on your grandmother. For example, your nene. Okay, so you put this one word and then people would understand about it. So it would means your grand or your oldest. It will be called buyut. Okay, buyut. Okay, so buyut. It would be right next to me on how to pronounce it. Okay, so buyut. Okay, so if you have, let's put buyut on the example. Okay, so for example, you have a great grandfather. For example, you could say kakek buyut. Okay, you could say kakek buyut. Okay, and then people would understand like, oh, okay, so this person that you are talking about at that moment is older than your father, older than your grandfather, and so on. Okay, so kakek buyut. If you have any question or feeling like, how do I let people know this is my second generation grandmom or whatever, you can just explain it after you said buyut, because usually for us Indonesians, when you say kakek buyut or nenek buyut, usually it's already like on top, like it's already old, like they used to live on the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, you know, so way older than us. Okay, so if you say buyut, they would understand. Okay, so that's about grandparents and great grandparents. Okay, so I know it's a little bit tough, but you know, as long as you keep writing, okay, and put some notes on your book and you practice it every day, you're gonna get a hang on the family side about bahasa. Okay, so we just reached the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's first. Okay, second, again, as I always keep mentioning in these videos, okay, I want you guys to take notes, practice it. If you want to rewind it as much as you like. Okay, and then I want you guys also to take one of these notes that in order to speak bahasa quickly, when I say quickly, doesn't mean like you learn it today, tomorrow you will be master. No, it takes time a little bit. Okay, you gotta repeat it every day. Okay, and then you could say some words in bahasa without even looking at the book, right? So you gotta do it every day. So that's the second. And the third, I want you guys to ask your friends to learn bahasa. So you guys are educated, your friends are educated, so you guys can speak bahasa, and it's fun to learn language. You know, it's a good way to refresh your mind a little bit. You know, and I think speaking other languages other than your mother tongue, it sounds cool, and then you're more sophisticated, you're more educated, you know, and it's a good thing, and I want all good things for you guys. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, so I will repeat these 4 steps again before we close the video. So number 1, drop the like in order to make these videos for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna release these news videos in the upcoming weeks, and I'm sorry if I'm a little bit off lately, because there are some things that I have to take a step back. Okay, so yeah, drop the like button. Second, if you have any questions or if you want to just say something, okay, please drop it on the comment section down below. Share it so your friends, your family are as educated as you are. Okay, and then last but not least, I cannot stress this enough, please subscribe to the channel, because I want you guys to be part of the lesson, and I want you guys to take something out from this channel, which is speaking bahasa quickly. Okay, so that's from me today. My name is Rivalo Pasca. I will see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.